Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, team, to It's in the Game. This will be a series in which we look at FIFA, EAFC 24, and just kind of talk about the game. Really, we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and we'll just dive straight into it. Obviously, this game has now been out for a couple of months now, and by far the biggest win for me is Evo's. Evo's is just the biggest W. And I think it's potentially one of the best things that EA have ever added to FIFA, and I'd almost put it above Ultimate Team, which seems so bizarre. Evos is part of Ultimate Team. How can you put it above it? The fact that this gives me scope to use a Livingston team at a semi-competitive level, the rivals, which is the most competitive game mode in Ultimate Team, by the way. Champs is not the most competitive. It's the easiest way to say how many wins you can get each week, but Rivals is the most competitive. And it gives me a scope to use Livingston players that would never normally get promo cards, would never normally get Team of the Weeks, and they may not be in the game forever. But it gives me an opportunity to use them at a decent level. So it's by far the best thing, in my opinion, they've added to the game for a number of years. I can't actually think of something I feel like they've added that's better than that. And I love it. I absolutely do. I get to use players that I go watch every week at a high level. I mean, I'm sure this is what it feels like to be going to like Premier League games every week. Unfortunately, up in Scotland, I don't have that option unless I was a millionaire. But I get to use these players in games and get to actually have a lot of fun with Livingston players on FIFA, which is unreal. And it's something I've wanted for a very, very long time. Even I couldn't use them in seasons because I would get trashed all the time in seasons. I could use them in career mode, but that's not online. So finally got a feature in which I can use them properly, and it's it's class. I am calling, however, though, for more bronze and silver upgrades. I feel like that's the market where Evos really excel and get a lot of hype. Yes, you can upgrade some of the meta cards. Yes, you can upgrade your Llorente, but I want to talk about upgrades for Scott Pittman. I want to talk about upgrades for Dylan Bahambula, the only 5-star skill bronze in the game, and he plays for Livingston, and I can't get him up to a usable level right now. Please, just give us some evos that upgrade these bronzes, because that's where the fun is. You get to use squads that are different from anyone else, and I love that. I absolutely do. I mean, talk about using squads and gameplay, for example. Gameplay this year. I don't know what people's thoughts are on the gameplay this year, but I mean, is it bad? I've heard both sides. People say it's really fun. A lot of people saying that the game's already dead because of the gameplay. So what kind of camp are we in? I mean, one of the biggest benefits this year with gameplay is the playstyles. Plus, playstyles are an unreal game changer for me. They add an extra element, an extra thought process to building your squads, having these playstyles on players. So yeah, I in many ways love the gameplay, but then when I'm tackling the opposition about 6, 7 times in a row and I still don't get the ball, what's up with that? It's I don't know really know what to say about the gameplay at this stage. There's been a few updates. I felt like they would maybe fix a few things in here. I don't feel like they really have. I mean, there's some things in the game that, over the several years we've never seen improved, really. I mean, player switching, for one, is always horrendous. I don't feel they've managed to really ever nail that down. Being able to choose what players go into the box, you can't choose that. You know, it's there's a lot of things in which I wish they would add to the game, but I don't think they will. So gameplay this year, I really don't know. I really don't know. I'm scared to comment because I could say I enjoy it, and then next week it comes along and it's absolutely awful again. I mean, having a game that's also dependent on, like, what games do you play where you'll go play on the weekend and the game will just feel absolutely horrendous? Because I don't remember ever doing this with COD. I don't think I've ever seen it on LOL, League of Legends, or Valorant. You know, I swear I don't see it there. I mean, it may happen on some of those games. I don't play them, but I have watched streams of them, and I've never seen people complain about, oh, the game feels awful today, as you do with FIFA. And this is a game in which is trying to really become a big hitter in the esports game. I mean, you see the amount of money they're putting into the production value of it. They're trying to become a big player in the esports scene, but with a game that it feels always unfinished. I mean, realistically, is the game dying? Well, one of the things they try and keep the game alive with is obviously the promos. We've had a few really decent promos. The best one for me was by far the Trailblazers. I mean, that one, it added, although it was like the same cards, some of the upgrades were okay, some of them were really, really good. But the main thing that they added was the playstyles were different. So that opened up a different avenue, a different thought process to when you were building your teams. And in my opinion, that's the best promo they've done so far. Centurions was good with the icons. Don't get me wrong, I like that. And this triple threat with the heroes, I like that as well. But none of them really got me that excited, really. Not compared to the Trailblazers one with the difference in traits. So yeah, obviously we've got another promo coming out. I imagine this video will be out before this promo comes out. It's really skeptical on how this is really going to work. Yeah, a lot of people have got a lot of speculation up at the moment, but I don't think anything's been fully confirmed as of yet. The FC Pro kind of open. I think they're talking about where a player's like tied to a pro, and depending on how the pro does in the tournament, depends on the upgrade that they get. I mean, don't know how I feel about that, if I'm being honest. And they're also talking about the pros can't use these cards. So that rules out a lot of the game already. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to get? I mean, the potential of some of the cards could be unreal. It could bring in a new set of cards really usable. I don't really know. I don't really know. But team, let me know what your thoughts are. What are your thoughts on the game so far? What do you feel is the biggest issue right now? Let me know in the comments and you'll feature in the next one as we kind of talk about the game. But team, let me know what you think of these kind of videos. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you just hate the sound of my voice? Feel free to put that in the in the comments. But team, I am trying something new here. Hopefully, you like it. If you do, please do subscribe and hit that like button. But other than that, adios. See you later.